wish you a very big congratulations. To the senior class officers and Dr. Kajowski, I want to thank you for inviting me to speak today. I am humbled. Graduating high school is always meaningful. 2020 has been a year of significant complexity and unprecedented challenge, and I am touched, moved, and inspired by the perseverance you have demonstrated in completing your studies this year. On this day, each of you should feel super proud of yourself and of each other. It is an exciting time, and while it may not look exactly like you liked, I want you to remember this day as being very special in your life. It's been many years, and I still remember my graduation day and how excited I was to begin the new life that I envisioned for myself. In fact, I believe that life started as soon as the ceremony was over. So in my mind, the graduation speeches are what stood between me and charting my new course in the world. So I won't take up a lot of your time because I know if you're like me, you can't wait for this all to be over and for the real party to begin. I want to share a quick story about a CR student from many years ago. This student came to the school in 10th grade and was super shy. So shy, in fact, that they didn't dare venture into the cafeteria at lunch because it was loud and overcrowded and they weren't sure if they belonged. So they went to the library to study every day and experienced being teased by another student. Not knowing what to do, the student stayed silent and hoped that if they ignored it, it would go away. But the teasing continued for what felt like weeks. And one day, this student decided not to be silent and told that upperclassman that was teasing her to leave them alone. Well, in the back and forth that it ensued, it didn't stop until the librarian came over and told both students they had to go to detention. Detention was not fun, but after it was over, something changed. The teasing stopped, and that student started believing in themselves. So much so that by the end of senior year, the student was co-captain of the varsity basketball team and had excelled in the classroom, studying subjects that they were passionate about and loved. And that student's vision had become to be an engineer and an international business person. So fast forward, the student graduated college, worked for 2 incredible companies, became an executive, traveled the world, and even lived internationally. And I'm excited to tell you that that student is here with you today. Yes, you may have figured it out. That student's story is my story. And I'm here to tell you, CR, class of 2020, that if this girl who was afraid to brave the cafeteria can be here telling my story with you today, that I want you to believe that it is absolutely possible for you to live your dreams. And if you're someone like me who may have had a bit of a challenging experience, I want you to know that today marks the day where you have the opportunity to chart a new phase in your life. Going forward, you can create spaces of belonging where you can grow your belief in yourself and try on being authentic in new ways. Your education at Caesar Rodney High School has prepared you to lead in ways you may think are unimaginable from where you are. I'm thankful for my CR education because it prepared me to lead across cultures and countries and to make a difference all over the world. You in graduating have now entered a group of elite people. CR graduates have reached the heights of excellence across business, medicine, the military, education, community service, and more. And I encourage you to discover early and harness the power of belonging, believing, and being authentic, and to know that the possibility of leading and being a leader is in each of us. I invite you to take on being a leader today. To that end, I want to leave you with 3 keys to being a leader in whatever you choose to do. The first, be bold, have a vision, be courageous, be adventurous, aim high, set standards, and always fight for what's right. 2, be patient, listen more than you speak, assume positive intent, be in the moment, and take some time to feel the sand between your toes. Third, be kind. Open your heart, be humble, put people and experiences before things, and always treat people better than you want to be treated. Now, as I look to wrap up, a few final things. I know there's only a few minutes between you and the world, but before you go off to celebrate, please take a moment to thank your parents and your family for all that they've contributed to you thus far. Whether you know it or not, today is also a big day for them. And whether you know it or not, your accomplishment of graduating from high school is also a very big accomplishment for them. Know that, as they say, home is truly where the heart is. I moved away a long time ago, and I've lived all over the world. But Camden and Dover are truly the home where my heart is, and my parents' house is always my safe haven. So, to the great class of 2020, I wish you the best. I can't wait to see you make your mark on the community, in Delaware, and across the world. Congratulations. Job well done. Go Riders.
Hello everyone, my name is Keely Arndt. I'd first like to say congratulations to the Salutatorian High School class of 2020. We finally made it to graduation. Even though the timing and setup is slightly different than we envisioned 4 years ago, the more important matter is that we're here now to celebrate our hard work. Hard work that couldn't have been done without the support of our teachers and faculty, so thank you for all you do. Throughout our time here at Salutatorian High School, we've all worked diligently to reach our goals in our respective classes, clubs, teams, and organizations. Now, as we look to the future, we're preparing to move on to the workforce, college, or maybe even the military. Though our senior year did not end the way we expected, I've heard that life never seems to turn out the way you'd expect it to either. We will all run into adversity, hardships, and unexpected events. How we each react and adapt to these events can help us solve future problems. Personally, I view high school, the challenges we encounter now, and in the future, as very similar to running a 5K in cross country. In our respective 5Ks, we don't have control over the terrain we run on. We just have to run up and down the peaks and valleys, whether we like it or not, and adapt. At the beginning of a change or challenge, we may feel nervous, as we all felt 4 years ago on the first day of high school. We will likely feel the same nervousness again when we start a new job or when we go off to college. Along the way, we won't know the course or what will be around the corner. At CRHS, we all had to quickly discover the fastest way to get to class and avoid the AB connector if possible. In the future, this could mean unexpected bills or a surprise promotion. While we run through our 5Ks, there might be smaller victories and defeats within the greater overarching challenge. In high school, this may have meant a lower grade than you desired on a test, or maybe not getting a dream job in the future. About halfway through the race, fatigue will start to set in. In life, stress may build up and make it difficult to attack the terrain and your 5K with the same vigor. However, taking some time to relax can reinvigorate ourselves so we can push through our own adversity. Thus, maybe the next time you aced that test or got the job. Many of these arduous peaks we run up in our 5Ks unbeknownst to our peers or even our friends. I myself have learned this well from suffering numerous running injuries. Not much can beat going to practice or a meet and spending time with your team, similar to many of you, because being an athlete was one of my favorite parts of high school. However, when an injury or adversity strikes, sometimes we have to be like Dory from Finding Nemo and just keep swimming or moving in whichever way we can. Like a 5K, the challenge will eventually come to an end or resolution, though the path to get there may not be linear. There will be a finish line, even though it might not seem like it at times. Then, with that adversity conquered, we move on to our next 5K. To make up for the high school spring traditions we missed, the administration and we as a class made new ones. We were able to drive by rural farms and see our faces on a billboard, or you could stop and watch. However, as my family learned from experience, you could wait longer than you bargained for. Yearbook even put together a lovely flipbook of all of our future paths. We all each got a class of 2020 sign that was hand-delivered by the faculty to spice up our yards. Regardless of the atypical year end to our school year, we still got to make so many memories together as a class, plus new memories that are truly different from all the classes before us. Now, as we move on to our future endeavors later today, we will encounter both obstacles and hope. The way we respond to these obstacles shape the people we become. These future trials and tribulations may be difficult, but we can utilize what we've learned from this global hardship to persevere, make a change, and keep running. With high school ending, we run through our finish line triumphantly and on to the next race. Congratulations again to the class of 2020.
Greetings, class of 2020. It is my honor to congratulate every single one of you on this momentous occasion, the culmination of your 4 years of high school. First, I would like to thank all the students for your hard work, dedication, humor, and passion. I would also like to thank the teachers and staff for your inspiration and guidance, and all of our families and friends for your unwavering support and love. Today, we celebrate our graduation, but we also remember all that we have learned in the past 4 years. Now, I'm not expecting you to remember every single vocabulary word, but I can guarantee that every single one of you has learned something you will never forget. Some of us may have learned about ourselves and our future. When I walked through those double doors in 2016, I did not know who I wanted to be. However, through the teachers that advised us, friends that inspired us, and experiences that educated us, I've gained a greater understanding of what my future may hold after today. We have all gained knowledge about who we truly are and what we truly value. And although I may not know exactly what my future holds, I know I can make it a truly fulfilling one. Many of us also learned about the importance and beauty of friendship. Every day, we came to a school filled with thousands of unique people, and yet we all eventually find those that we can connect with, whether it be teachers and classmates or coaches and teammates. Every year, I met new people who expanded my view of the world, and I realized that you're never truly alone. And it really is amazing that we are able to share our high school experiences with people we remember for years to come. Many of us also learned some lifelong lessons on our journey to graduation. Personally, joining a sophomore technology group, I learned many lessons about being part of a team. I learned about the importance of teamwork and how it can be solved to accomplish seemingly impossible tasks. I learned about the importance of communication and settling differences and how it can prevent you from becoming your own worst enemy. And I learned that having some fun can give you the motivation to get you through the even most stressful times. Whatever lessons you may have learned in your past 4 years at high school, I encourage you to remember them because they can be applied in places far beyond the walls of a classroom. Confucius once stated that by 3 methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is the noblest. Second, by imitation, which is the easiest. And third, by experience, which is the bitterest. During your high school career, you may have reflected on your past mistakes or stepped outside of your comfort zone for a friend or learned some hard lessons through some of your personal experiences. Therefore, all of you have gained valuable wisdom, and now is the time to use it. You must be true to yourself and play to your strengths. You must surround yourself with people who truly love and care, and you must use your gathered knowledge to create your own successful path in life. I honestly believe that every single one of you are capable of doing this, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for us. Thank you all again, and congratulations to the class of 2020.